have no spiritual guidance. They're not afraid of anything. Not afraid of anything. You know what I mean? See, me, I'm a spiritual person. It's like I went through that phase, but not as heavy as the kids now because they don't got no respect or nothing. When I was young, I couldn't curse in front of one of the elder ladies in the building and stuff like that. I held the door. It was respected. It was none of that shit. You know what I mean? But it's like these kids now, there's no spiritual guidance. It's like, you know, like they don't know God. If you knew God straight up and you had a personal relationship, you'd be scared to death because you know what your penalty is going to be. See, we got to realize on earth, this is just a trial.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. And I want to give peace and salutations to the elect. All right. And I played that YouTube short really quick because that's going to be the subject of this lesson, which I'm going to entitle Respect is a Thing of Old. And if you don't know who that was speaking, that's Ghostface Killer from the hip hop crew Wu-Tang. And he was speaking on children and the young people of this generation and how there's like a big difference in how they're coming up or how they're being raised versus how we came up, right? If you're of a certain age, right? I'm over 40. So, I mean, I can relate to everything that he's saying, right? And he's speaking facts. He's speaking facts. All right. And I have to be honest, man, when I saw this video, it sparked something in me. It sparked something in me. It really, really did, man, because if there's one thing that I hate, if it's one thing that I despise, it's disrespectful ass little niggas, man. And I'm sorry to have to say it like that, but it's just true, man. Disrespectful little niggas, I hate. This is gonna be the upcut version. All right, because like I said, I can't stand disrespectful kids. I can't stand seeing kids being disrespectful to elders. Okay, being disrespectful just in general. Okay. And I'm out and about a lot on my everyday, and I see little kids, man, their mouths are fire. They don't got no respect for who's around them. They just going. Okay? The shit that comes out of their mouths and the way they behaves in front of whoever, wherever, it just don't matter. Okay? So like I said, the topic of this is going to be respect is a thing of old. All right? Now, one of the things that he mentioned was that the kids of this generation have no respect to anything, right? He said we wouldn't curse in front of our elders and behave a certain way, right? Because we minded our manners back then when we was coming up. All right, we would get checked by an elder if they saw you being rude or saw you being disrespectful or just acting out in any way, right? And guess what? We respected it. We respected being checked. All right, because that was just the way it was. All right, and we had respect for our elders. We would watch the things that we say. We would watch the things that we do. We would you if you was gonna curse, you be careful of who was around, for sure. We respected it. We respected our elders. You know what I mean? So real quick, let me just jump into this real quick because the scriptures give us our guidance, man. It show us why respect for your elders are important. All right. So this is Exodus 20:12. This is in the first 10 commandments. Having respect for your elders. All right. It says Exodus 20:12. It says, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord Yahawah thy power giveth thee. All right. Now, this is specifically talking about your actual parents, your biological mother and father. Right. But this applies to elders in general through the Spirit. Through the Spirit, this applies to elders in general. All right. Especially those elders who are telling you things for your own damn good. All right. Like I said, we had a profound respect for the elders in our neighborhood. We took heed to their counsel. You know what I mean? And just their presence in general. We was careful about how we moved in front of them. You know what I mean? Like we didn't stop acting up as a whole. You know what I'm saying? We was young and we was little, we was wild, but and we didn't stop acting up as a whole. But at least we were mindful of our elders, and that's the way it should be. Okay, you shouldn't just be out here just being just disrespectful. Not and that starts in the home, right? I'll say that, right? Hey, we used to like he said in the video, we used to hold the door for our elders. Hey, we used to help with grocery bags. You know what I'm saying? Our neighbors, our elders, they used to send us to the store for them, right? We were raised to have respect for our elders, man. And there was some kind of resemblance of community back when we was coming up, man. Because families would look after one another and their children. And that's not all that common these days. All right? Let me see something.
In front of one of the elder ladies in the building and stuff like that. I held the door. It was respected. It was none of that shit. You know what I mean? But it's like these kids now, there's no spiritual guidance. It's like, like
he said, damn, actually, let me just play it from the beginning, right?
I have no spiritual guidance. They're not afraid of anything. Not afraid of anything. You know what I mean? See, me, I'm a spiritual person. It's like I went through that phase, but not as heavy as the kids now because they don't got no respect or nothing. When I was young, I couldn't curse in front of one of the elder.
He said, they don't got respect for nothing. You know what type of niggas that don't got respect for nothing? Fucking demons, monsters, man. That don't got no respect for nothing. We all know people that don't got no respect for nothing, but especially young people, man. Kids, teenagers, young adults, they don't be having no respect for nothing. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 5, verse 8, but the scriptures speak on these things, man. It says, 2nd Ezra 5 and 8, there shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. And that's what we're dealing with in these days, man. You got so many young, immature parents they'll even tell you, look, hey man, don't say shit to my kid. Right? He don't need to tell you, he don't need you to tell him what to do. Right? So a good portion of the responsibility that he's speaking on falls on how they're being raised. Okay? And the scriptures tell us that you're supposed to train up a child in a certain way. Right? Let's get that real quick. Proverbs 22 and verse 6. It says, train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Okay? So that's why he said these kids have no spiritual guidance, because they're not being trained up in the way that they should go. So then the result of it is a bunch of little monsters running around with demons for parents. Because we all know parents that you can't say shit to them about their kids, regardless of how out of order and how disrespectful they are. You can't say shit to their kids. Only they can. And that shit's terrible because you barely even around to give the kids the guidance that they need. You better off letting people tell them, you know what I mean, where they going wrong. All right. Let me play it.
In the building and stuff like that. I held the door. It was respected. It was none of that shit. You know what I mean? But it's like these kids now, there's no spiritual guidance. It's like, like they don't know God. If you knew God straight up and you had a personal relationship.
He said they don't know God. They don't know God. And when I heard him say that, it made me think of, let me get it, 2 Thessalonians 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 7. Second Thessalonians 1 and 7. It says, and to you who are troubled, rest with us, when the Lord YAHAWASHI shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels, in flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not God. And that's exactly what he just said. You play it again.
But it's like these kids now, there's no spiritual guidance. It's like, you know, like they don't know God.
They don't know God. They don't know God. Let me read that again. Verse 8. In flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not God, and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahawashi Hamashiach. I immediately thought of the scripture when I heard him say that. All right. Verse 9, it says, who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power. So it's going to be a judgment for those who don't know the Most High. All right. And ultimately, this is the judgment for all rebellious Jake that don't know the Most High. And even before that flaming fire that these scriptures are saying right here, where it says in verse 8, in flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not the Most High. Even before that, this is going to be Jacob's trouble. And there's no limit to the diverse ways that YAHAWASHI is going to put hell on Jake. You know what I'm saying? Making them suffer for their disregard of his word. You know what I'm saying?
In the building and stuff like that. I held the door. It was respected. It was none of that shit. You know what I mean? But it's like these kids now, there's no spiritual guidance. It's like, you know, like they don't know God. If you knew God straight up and you had a personal relationship, you'd be scared to death because you know what your penalty is going to be. See,
that's the next point I want to make. He said, if you knew God and had a personal relationship with him, you'll be scared to death because you knew what your penalty is going to be. Right? And having a personal relationship with YAHAWASHI is paramount in these days. Above anything else you could possibly be doing in this world, you need to establish a relationship with YAHAWASHI. But that's too much for Jake. Jake too busy worried about their relationship with their woman. And we all know what happens when you give all your energy over to these women. Jake's head is in the fucking clouds when it comes to their relationship with their woman and their relationship with this world in general. You know what I'm saying? Especially, man, giving your energy over to these women, because that's what Jake really, really focuses on. That's where Jake's heart is at, with these fucking women, man. And we all know what happens when you give your energy over to these women. Let me get this in this is 1 Ezra chapter 4 and verse 26. We know what the scriptures say, man, which is our guidance. 1 Ezra 4 and 26. It says, yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sake. Okay, one more time. Yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. Verse 27. Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women. Okay, so you got men that are, we all know how many people have died and lost their life because over a woman. There's Jakes that are, there's countless Jakes that are buried 6 feet deep and doing life in jail over the nigger woman. I'ma just say it. And if you're in the spirit, do yourself a favor and snap the fuck out of it when it comes to these women, man. Because I can tell you honestly and with all sincerity, just straight up, she ain't worth it. She ain't worth it. And she damn sure ain't worth giving over your energy, not having time to establish your relationship with the Lord. She damn sure ain't worth that. All right. And I ain't trying to turn this lesson into women and, getting on the woman, because I could be here for hours, man. You know what I'm saying? Right now it's about these young monsters, man. All right. So back to the point about establishing your relationship with the Most High, as he put it in this video.
You gotta realize, know God. If you knew God,
He said they don't know God, man.
It was respected. It was none of that shit. You know what I mean? But it's like these kids now, there's no spiritual guidance. It's like, like they don't know God. If you knew God straight up and you had a personal relationship, you'd be scared to death because you know what your penalty is gonna be.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, back to the point about establishing a relationship with the Most High, as he stated, right? That's where your mind should be at. That's where your mind should be at. This is Proverbs 16 and verse 3. Okay? It says, commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. Okay? Commit thy works, commit your energy, commit your presence unto YAHAWASHI, and thy thoughts shall be established. You are to establish your relationship with YAHAWASHI so he can establish your thoughts and lead you. Because the scriptures say a man's goings are of the Lord. And the Lord will put you on the right path if you are concerned with establishing your relationship with him. And put on the spirit of repentance, right? And seek the Lord diligently, as we're commanded to do. Okay? This is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 6. It says, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. This is how you are supposed to be in the mind frame of establishing your relationship with the Most High. How it says here in verse 7. Okay? Really verse 6, because you have to humble yourself under the hand of the Most High, because he'll exalt you in a due time. Okay? When you are putting your effort into seeking the Lord, verse 7 says, casting all your care upon him, right? For he careth for you. When you cast your care, you put off this world, you cast your care upon the Most High, establish yourself with the Lord, he'll careth for you. That's how this thing works. Okay? He said if you knew God and had a personal relationship, you'd be scared to death because you knew the penalty, right? Last time I played.
God. If you knew God straight up and you had a personal relationship, you'd be scared to death because you know what your penalty is gonna be.
He said you'll be scared to death because you know what your penalty is gonna be, right? Basically for not doing right by the Most High. Okay? This is speaking. You should have a healthy fear of YAHAWASHI because you know the judgments that are set to come for those who don't know the Most High. Okay? There are judgments that are set to come to those who don't know the Most High. Let's get a precept on that real quick. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16 and verse 16. It says, for the ungodly that denied to know thee. Okay? Didn't he say they don't know God? That's what he said in the video. They don't know God. Okay? Verse 16 says, for the ungodly that denied to know thee were scourged by the strength of thine arm, with strange rains, hails, and showers were they persecuted, that they could not avoid, and through fire were they consumed. Okay? So when you don't know the Most High, your judgment is fire. Your judgment is fire. That's what's coming. If you are not a part of the Lord's elect. Okay? Because he mentioned you'll be scared to death because you knew what your penalty would be. And that's something that the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone have taught and pushed on the brothers. They've pushed the fear of the Lord onto men. You should have a healthy fear unto the Lord, man. This is Psalms chapter 110. And actually, it's 111, verse 10. All right, down here at the bottom. Psalms 111, verse 10 says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endureth forever." Okay, so a fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, right? Why is it the beginning of wisdom? Because if you knew better, you do better. Right? If you are wise in any way, you be wise to fear the Lord, man. You'd be wise to fear the Lord. Straight up. All right. And that's also why men are going hard in the spirit, man. Going hard in the spirit. Giving diligence to make their calling and election sure. Right? Because we believe in what's written concerning the judgment that's coming. All right. Whether it be Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation with the micro C hit. Okay. The destruction of Babylon by the ICBM missiles. All of these things are written about, and we believe it. Okay. We understand what the will of the Lord is. All right. Measuring the times. All right. To understand what's coming. You want to have that in your arsenal, man. You want to know what's going on. There's so much stuff going on in the world, and people are just completely confused and blind. They don't know what's happening because they don't understand the will of the Lord. Ephesians 5:15. "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, understanding what the will of the Lord is." All right. We're watching and paying attention to how things are unfolding. Seeing how it lines up with prophecies. We just came out of New York, was just filled with smoke in the air. So-called coming from these fires down from Canada. Prophetically, this fits in to the end of this thing. Somehow, some way, man. Understanding the will of the Lord, man, because the Holy Spirit is resting upon men to see it, man. And this is and it's a blessing to be able to see these things, but you have to establish a relationship with YAHAWASHI. All right. And I just want to play the very last part of what he said, because he said on earth, this is a trial. And I thought that was important.
God. If you knew God straight up and you had a personal relationship, you'd be scared to death because you know what your penalty is going to be. See, you got to realize on earth, this is just a trial.
He said on earth, this is just a trial. And he's right about that. Because the scriptures back that up. All right. This is 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 6. It says, "Wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold temptations." Right? Because that's what happens, when you are coming to seek the Lord, man. There's so many different trials and temptations get thrown your way. Because the scriptures say, when thou comest to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Right? So that's just a part of the walk. Verse 7, it says that the trial of your faith, right? The trial of your faith. Then he mentioned that this is a trial. Verse 7, that the trial of your faith being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahawashi Hamashiach. Verse 8. Whom having not seen ye love, in whom though now ye see him not, yet believing ye rejoice with unspeakable and full of glory, receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls. Right? So this is a trial where we are going through so many temptations, so many trials, right? But in the end, where it says in verse 9, receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls. That's just what the elect will go through, right? Because your trial is to be tested. It's about being tested, being put through the fire so you could be worthy of the salvation of your soul. Because the rewards of the kingdom of heaven ain't going to come easy. They're not going to come without a price. They're not going to come without a trial. All right? You're going to have to earn the glory that's coming. And I'll grab this one more and close it out. This is 1 Peter chapter 12. And I'll read through 13. 1 Peter 4 and 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you. Okay? So he mentioned that this is a trial here on earth. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though something strange happened unto you. Verse 13. But rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. And that's the trial. The trial that we're going through is for the purpose of rejoicing when that glory be revealed, when Yahawashi comes back. Okay, we are partakers of Yahawashi's suffering. Yahawashi suffered for us. Now it's just our turn to be put through the fire, be put to the trial, and to come out as fine gold, refined gold on the other end, to receive the glory. Okay, verse 13 one more time. But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. All right, so that's really that's the goal of the elect. That's the understanding of what you'll go through as you come into this faith and you are seeking the Lord and doing what's commanded of you. You know, it's not going to come without a price. It's not going to come without a trial. So set your mind to, being tried, being put through the fire. But it's all going to be worth it. It's all going to be worth it in the end. Okay, the scriptures say that this is a light affliction, right? And it says it's not to be compared to the glory that's going to be revealed unto us. And you got to believe that. You got to believe it in order for it to happen. Right? You got to see it and believe it in order for it to happen. All right? So I'll close it out there. This has been Respect is a Thing of Old. I know it kind of transitioned a little bit, but you want to always kind of keep that in your mind, that respect is a big thing. All right? And always keep respect for your elders. You want to respect all men, but especially your elders, man. Okay, raise your children to respect their elders. Raise your children to be respectful, and to be able to mind their manners. All right, because they're a reflection of you. All right, and you can't leave it up to your woman to do it. You got to do it. All right. So with that, I hope you are edified. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.